This is Resource, our legacy code modernization tool. We're starting with a real enterprise Python monolith, 464 lines, hard-coded database passwords, global state, weak MD5 hashing. We just drop it in and hit analyze. Bob AI, which runs on IBM's platform, immediately does a full static analysis. It's identifying the services to extract: a user service, order service, payment service, API getaway, all in real time. Within seconds, the dashboard shows you the outcome. 5 microservices generated, 10 times improvement in code structure, over 80% test coverage, 10 modernization steps, fully planned out. And here's the before and after. On the left, a single 145 line file, global variables everywhere, MD5 password hashing, zero tests, zero docs. On the right, 5 independent microservices, bcrypt security, clean separation of concerns, and full documentation auto generated. The roadmap tab breaks down every step. Extract user service, extract product service, extract order service, with priority and effort rating so your team knows exactly what to tackle first. And at the bottom, everything that's been generated: the services, the security upgrades, the testing suite with unit tests for each service in PyTest config, ready to go. Let's get into what Bob actually changed. Before, payment credentials were hard coded directly in the source file. API keys, getaway URLs, all sitting in plain text. Bob extracted all of that into a dedicated Shim layer. 3 separate modules handling the client, the circuit breaker, and the legacy fallback. The monolith no longer talks to the payment gateway directly. Second change, look at the before. Around 40 lines of inline retry loops, card validation, PayPal branching, wire transfer logic, all tangled together inside one giant function. Bob collapsed all of that into a single method called self-process payment. The order logic now has zero knowledge of how payment works, clean separation of concerns. That new method didn't exist before. Bob created it from scratch. It checks a feature flag, and if the new microservice is enabled, it routes through the payment service client. If that service fails 5 times, the circuit breaker trips and it automatically falls back to the original legacy logic. Zero downtime during migration. And this is the key to making migration safe. Before, the gateway URL was hard coded, no way to switch without a code change, and a full road ploy. Now, a single environment variable, use payment service equals true, flips routing to the new microservice instantly. Set it to false, legacy runs as before. That's the Strangler Fig Pattern, gradual reversible cutover. This diagram shows how it all connects. An incoming order hits, process everything, gets routed to the new process payment. Method Bob created checks the feature flag, calls the microservice, and if anything goes wrong, the circuit breaker catches it and falls back. The legacy path is always there as a safety net. And this is the final output. From an 18 KB monolith, Bob generated 53 KB of structured production ready code, a refactored monolith, a full REST API layer with routes and schemes, the payment microservice with its own domain logic, infrastructure, and test folders, plus 22 KB of documentation, including a full extraction summary and a quick start guide. Everything a team needs to deploy immediately. So, to summarize, Resource takes your messiest legacy code, understands it, and hands you back something deployable. Not a suggestion, not a diagram, actual code, actual tests, actual docs. That's what we build. Thank you.